No sound.
Okay, I think I'm going to have to restart my Zoom in order to do that. So, co-hosts, hope this is going to work. There's a problem with the sharing my audio with Zoom. Okay, bear with me a minute here.
No problem.
Okay, back again, and let me try to share again. And if you can let me know if the audio works properly this time.
Not yet.
Still no audio. Oh. Let me try resharing. Share. I might have to restart one more time. I think that's what's going to happen here. Let me try it this one time, then I'll have to try restart because.
Got it.
You got it? Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, let's restart the whole show starting from now. Put on the original screen to start up. And we'll pretend we're starting all over. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the 141st One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace for Tuesday, October 27th, 2020. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond. I'm joined also with Mark and John here today as co-hosts, and we will help carry the Universal Council with today's presentation. So without further ado, let's get into the Universal Council's show here. Let me get the document ready.
Good morning, everyone. This is Oza Universal Council Farsi. Which user we having a platform for one planet, one nation, one race for the world peace. This is a platform that we gather together for as a UC members and all the knowledge seekers to talk about every language, every nation, every religion, every color in this planet to bring the transition where we're going from here to the point that we create one nation and one planet, one race out of this planet Earth. So I'm going to read what's written here. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal and all are as creators, as they are created in the image of the Creator. Can we go to the next slide, please? We, the Universal Council, give freely from our souls for the souls of all the medical professionals, for them to elevate and ask for their souls to take a position of elevating other souls. The Universal Council. Our wish is to spread the universal body enhancement spaceship unit across planet Earth according to the needs of all beings. The Universal Council.
I am present.
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 I'm present.
I am present.
I am present.
Can we go to the next slide, please?
Sorry. Because she just walked in that and she said she can't wait as well. And she moved back.
Do you want me to talk about the Universal Enhancement Spaceship Unit, or Carolina will talk about it?
But still, it's going to take some time.
Is Carolina here? You can talk about it if you like. This is the new link that is
Yes.
distributed.
Okay, so the Universal, and we have an exhibition in Linz, Austria, that we're showing the two Universal Enhancement Spaceship Unit. And originally we had the, excuse me, we had the exhibition from September 3rd to the end of September. But since we see so many people are very enthusiastic to go to the exhibition, and because of the Corona situation, and some people have a problem getting visa and there could be delays in the travel. So we extended this to end of December. Hopefully we're going to extend it longer because I can go maybe next year. So this is the best place to go and see these units in front of your eyes. And not only you see these beautiful units, which is one for material and one for body enhancement, you also see so many different toys there that some of them are very interesting. It could be especially one of them the flying system. Who knows? You might be caught by surprise when you arrive there. They might add something to the exhibition because it's a very live exhibition. It's not that they created that and that was done. Every day something is being added to it. So if you, excuse me, if you get a chance, please go online. It's €100 for the exhibition to enter, and just sign up for it and enjoy your time at the exhibition. Anybody else wants to say something about it, please? If not, we can move to the next slide.
We can add that
Okay. Okay, so this is the invitation to the lens, is the same thing. Okay, the dome piece. Stefania, you want to talk about this?
Okay, see, yeah, I can talk. Sorry about the delay. I'm translating also in Italian, so sorry. And as you know, we're a little bit delayed.
Stefania, if before you start, let me add something before I forget.
Yeah, of course.
We started from 2 weeks ago. We have many teachings in many languages. And then from 2 weeks ago, we decided it's time to each language to go to teaching of other language and start sharing knowledge and the culture and everything. So we start integrate beauty of languages, the race, the religion, everything all together. So the first week, the Farsi speaking language, we went to the Brazilian speaking language teaching on Friday, and then we shared what we have done in Iran and what's going on. And then last Monday, Brazilian language, they came to our teaching on Mondays, Farsi speaking teaching, and then they shared what they doing in Brazil and what they achieved and what are the obstacles they encountering in the country. So that was a good, very eye-opening, because we see at that presentation, each of us, what we having in common and what we having as an obstacle as in common, or what we improving, and we can learn from each other. So we thought this is a great opportunity for all the languages to start sharing. So one thing for sure is we can learn something we're doing better in another country. We can learn from it and implement it in our way of teaching the knowledge, or especially with the Corona presenting in all countries, how we can approach it, how we can spread the gases for more people so they can survive better. So this coming Sunday, which is the American teaching, the Farsi speaking, and they're creating a presentation, and they will go on Sunday and present about what's going on in Farsi speaking language, what's going on in Iran, and what have we done up to now. If in your language you haven't started anything, please do so and create something. What have you done in your country? What's going on in terms of Corona, the knowledge seekers, the teaching, everything that's going on? You can put a package together and bring it to different teaching, and we can start implementing everything all together. And it's the time to move in that direction, because it's very crucial time and it's very important. So we share everything that we do in each other's language, so we can learn from each other and we spread the knowledge. Not only is important in a way that we bring people together at the same time. Because of Corona, people need more to know that they are in it together, that they need each other, there's someone there to listen to them, someone there to care for them, someone there to love them. And this is very important time. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Can I add something to what Azar just said? Hi, my name is Dor. I would like to say to join Azar calling for sharing information. I think I will be honored to join the Farsi teaching and as a bridge for peace between the nation of Israel and the nation of Iran. And I hope many knowledge seekers from Israel will join me. And I hope we can do it soon. Thank you.
Thank you, though. Stefania, you can start now if you like.
Okay, thank you. Yes, so the Dome of Peace. So as we said, every Sunday we take this opportunity to spray with the guns around the world. So every knowledge seekers can we make this appointment to spray 12 p.m. CET time and 8 CET time together for the and this it will help to prepare condition to create this dome. So to, how can you say that, to facilitate all humanity for this change. So definitely I invite everyone to do this every Sunday. And of course, I just want to also add now we start collaborating languages. So this can be a very beginning. And my wish will be to also take the opportunity to have to have more places like the exhibition in Linz, places where we can also meet physically and exchange also our knowledge from face to face. So for example, like in Austria. So definitely my wish will be the place in Austria to become like super busy and a point of meeting point for exchanging knowledge and spread the plasma technology as fast as we can to as many people as we can. So to give us support in this transition. And another wish definitely will be to have like the wish we wrote at the very beginning, to have the announcement unit in the major city of the world spread evenly everywhere. And this is another way to make the dome, by spreading this machine around the globe. And this would be a very big achievement, big step, I think, for humanity, because will be really the beginning of us start to interact with the universal community and to make this transition very much simpler and easier for all of us. So this is my wish. By the way, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Stefania. I'm the Universal Council Italian representative. So thank you so much. Spray on Sunday, especially 12 city time and 18 city time. Yes, thank you so much.
We can go to the next slide.
Hello, everyone. This is Mosfek, representing Bengali language. So in the last few One Planet, One Nation, One Race meetings. I talked about how we can apply ourselves at various levels to heal various illnesses. This time I will take the 3 stories that I have talked about and examine certain lessons that we have in there and see what other ramification that has in helping not just one community, but multiple communities, as we have been talking so far. So the first story that I talked about was essentially, it was about a person who's, because of our strange medical practice in this part of the world, his legs were amputated, eggs in one of his arms, and the other arm was saved by making contact at a higher level, but the application was mostly at the physical level using GANs, and it took several weeks, and I believe he still uses GANs water. And so his other arm, which was also showing all the symptoms of the rest of his limbs, was saved. And he has other problems which he can solve that way. So it took a few weeks. The next one that I talked about, where I made the connection at the emotional level mostly, a sort of a lower range of the emotional field strength. And in that case, it took a couple of days for this person to have his hand completely healed of a very severe eczema with pus coming out and all that. And the last one, which was done remotely in helping someone recover from corona. It took about 10 minutes given, including the time I used to exchange text messages. So, and there the communication was at the soul level from the beginning, and with some text to just, since we are very much word oriented. So that was kind of like a more filler, but the actual communication was mostly at the soul level. And it took 10 minutes. So one of the things that we can observe here is that the first time it was a few weeks, few days, and then we have a few minutes. So as we raise the field strength, we can also speed up the process of how we heal people. And so the plasma or the field strength of the plasma directly impacts the time delay in the recovery process. And we can see similar things, for example, in the application of the pads that we use. So if you make a pad with 2-to-1 ratio, there is a certain speed in which the recovery takes place. With the pad, it was a little more difficult to diagnose because I find out how the speed up process works, because you can change the ratio of the GANS water between the pads. So instead of 1 drop and 2 drops in the other pad, 1 drop in one of the pad, one pad on the one side, and 2 drops in the pad on the other side, you can go to 4, or you can go to 8, 4:1, or 8:1. So you can essentially you are raising the potential difference between the two fields. And since human emotion is involved in all these recovery process. Sometimes that aids or impedes the recovery process. But having done several thousand people, you start to get an idea of how the raising of the potential or the field flow between the two pads speeds up the process. And so there are many examples. I won't go into all the examples, but essentially you see the same pattern as we raise the field strength. We see the speed up of the recovery process. So in the case of using the pad, we put the pad, we put the affected limb in between, limb or body part between the pads. And we could accelerate the healing process. Now, in all these stories, we talk, all those cases, we talk about individuals. But having these understanding, how can we extend this idea from individuals to communities? And our intention can, in a sense, can be broadcast. Actually, we were broadcasting before as well. Before we were broadcasting to the cells of the body via the soul or the Gans field. But we were still broadcasting to individual entities within our body. So how can we use this understanding that we have developed to affect communities? So much like putting pads around the body part, we know that our planet is also not doing too well. So can we put pads around our planet? And how would that look? Of course, we can't make a big piece of cloth and wrap the planet with it. But since we understand plasma, can we do it? So, I mean, one of the things here is relevant is our exposure to the 5-cup, where we start to see the planetary, start to get a feel for the planetary gravitational and magnetic field. Hello, is somebody trying to say something? Or there is some. Okay. All right. And then we have also some idea about the inertia part of it. So in case of planet Earth, an individual can be that one drop on one of the pads. And what is the other high potential field source can we get? Sun is one. There are other possibilities here as we go up in the field range. But within the sun, it's an onion skin of fields. As we go in the sun, it starts to increase as we go inside. But the field that we want to heal the planet with, we can tune to that through our intention. And the sun becomes the other pad, and one of us, the one drop, becomes the one drop. The sun is, of course, many drops. So we can create a very high strength field flow between these two pads. And that we can do with the soul of the planet. Now, given that we can do it with the soul of the planet, as we have done with the soul of human being, can we not direct it to specific organs? We can call it specific communities. We have the inertial field strength of the regions, and we can elevate those regions, much like we can say in our intention in healing somebody that his or her arm can get the energy is directed towards healing them. So it's the same process, but here an individual is the drop and sun is the high potential field source. Now, of course, this also requires that we become that drop. What is that drop? It is us becoming humble enough to access the field, humble enough to go beyond words into feelings of the planet and then connect with it. And so this is something we can all do. The only part that requires a bit of understanding is how to build this humility to access the right field strength. And in that way, we can recover very rapidly with a high potential and precise intention or precise access to the gravitational magnetic field. So this is fairly simple. Anyone can do, any of us can do it. And so this is along the line we are talking today about helping communities. It doesn't have to be the community that we are associated with. It can be any part where, you know, sometimes we can see needs of community from a distance better than those who are in the community. So all of these factors play into this, and we can help each other in this process. Yes, we may not be accurate at the beginning, or, you know, we may have to build up learn with our experience, but the possibility and the understanding is available from our experience. And we can use it for the benefit of many. Thank you very much. And if anybody has any question, I can answer. Otherwise, we can move to the next topic. Thank you.
Hello, Mosfek.
Yes.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think your example with the three persons?
Yes.
Do you think because of helping these people, your field strength is growing because of serving, because of giving, and so the reaction is faster? What do you think?
Well, you know, in a way, we need some confidence and experience to bring up the confidence. And, this definitely, I can see a change, because one of the things that I notice is that I don't have to create intention with words. Words tend to be fairly restrictive. So I actually nowadays make all my intentions through feelings, or it's not even, it's, I don't know, I can't call it feelings. Some sort of emotion that was unknown to me before. That may be the one way to describe it, but it's a different thing. It's not like you say, like you do wishes. And especially when it comes to raising the field strength. If I want to operate at a higher field strength, its words really don't work at all. So this has been my experience. So this ability was not there before. I used to make my intention with words, but now I don't have to, and I see this to be one change. That's one thing I can think of, but other things matter, because I know that the things have changed since I made the 5 cup. So some of the things are happening. This is not, I don't know how to after some time has passed, I mean, I can probably talk about it, but right now there is interaction going on and changes going on, but I can't formulate those in terms of words.
So I can imagine, because of the 5 cups and your serving and helping these people, all these puzzle pieces. I think your fields are growing, and when it's because of my experience, I know when I'm open, more open. In the past times, I did not know something about fields, but when I worked spiritually, when I was open to everything, and so my fields reached more, and I got more information from the persons I worked with. Much more slow, much more faster than before, when I open my energy fields. And so I thought this could be um, the same way that it goes, because of the field's strength growing when you helping a lot of people.
I'm sure it helps, but it doesn't come. I don't. This is not something that's easy for me to kind of like come to terms with. But yes, that if I can do it better, I can help more. And I mean, if I can do it like at the community level, this is one of my goals really, to help, especially the population that we have in this part of the world. You can't really go to individual, but how do we access these large number of people? So this has been one of my interests. So perhaps things are evolving in that direction.
Hello, Moshfik. Can I say
Yes.
something?
Sure.
Okay, Moshfik, as you say that now you have said that yes, it was not easy. It was not easy in this illusion, I will say. But as the light triggered, in this way, in this walking together, as the light triggers and enlightened, and the enlightened light radiates, the power of the trap that was in this illusion is weakening, is diminishing. It's going away, becoming powerless more and more. So we can focus on our intentions, on our wishes, more to the path we want to send, as we are doing it now with the knowledge now we have of the ethos of the universe, given as a gift from by Keshe Foundation to us in love and care. We are doing it, and now it is explainable. That is, I will say, the physical word fortunate. Humanity is fortunate enough to have this gift, and they must awaken and receive. So this is how I can say, and I wish from my heart and soul, from the core of my heart and soul, all the love for you, my dear, and blessings of Ma. And as a part of, we are all universal, and the language is love, so universal and kind. I will say, as a Bengali community, as a part of it, I will say 2 words in Bengali. মশফিক, প্রিয় মশফিক, তোমাকে অশেষ ধন্যবাদ। আর তোমাকে মায়ের আশীর্বাদ করি, তুমি এত সুন্দরভাবে বললে সবাই পুরো মানবতার জন্য এটা কত জরুরি, এই জিনিসটা শোনা, কি আমাদের কি করে নিয়ত বা দোয়া করতে হবে, এই নিয়ে আমি তোমাকে ভালোবাসা, মন দিয়ে প্রাণ দিয়ে ভালোবাসা দিই। থ্যাংক ইউ মশফিক, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ফর শেয়ারিং দিস বিউটি। থ্যাংক ইউ again. Salam, namaste, salute.
Thank you, Shweta.
Okay, we've got a hand up here with Hassan. If you would like to go ahead.
Yeah, hello, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. Hello?
That was a microphone open. Go ahead.
Okay. What I want to say about what Mosvik is saying, Mosvik inspired me a lot. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago when he started to talk about distant healing or those fast healing he's trying to make without drinking the water and without spraying the water. Since the beginning, I just made some, from the beginning, I made the cup 1 and cup 2. I still did not make the 5 cups. I still did not make the cup of man. But what I tried, I made a small accident 5 days ago with my motorbike. And I had pains on my arms, my left arms, on my right leg. And from what Mosvik explained last time, I decided to try not to spray water, because from the beginning I spray the water, I drink the water for every treatment, let's say, which I make for myself or for others. But this time I decided not to spray the water. I just connected with the cup. How can I say it? Like how Jalal explained, it was in a French teaching, 6th of June 2019, I think it was last year, and he showed us the connection with the 2 hands. I think that everybody remember about this one. So I just put my hands on the 2 cups, on the cup 1 and the cup 2, and I connected. What I can say by connecting, just feeling the tingling and the heat in between the hands, and voila, I grabbed the field, and I put it on my arm. And I made the same for my leg. During the night, normally an accident like this, I think it should take at least 10 or 15 days before you get better. But during the night, I felt a lot of pain. But when I woke up the next day in the evening, I was feeling a lot better. And I did it a second time. I connected with the 2 cups. I put my hand on top of the cup or around the cup. And once I feel the tingling or the heat or the magnet effect in between the hand, I grab the field and I put it on the pain. I made it just twice. And on the second day, at the end of the day, I was feeling totally healed. No pain. I was able to go back on my bike. It was a motorbike, a big motorbike, and I was able to go on there and to ride. And if it was before, if it was with treatment, medical treatment like pills and all those antibiotics and those things they give you, it should have took maybe 15 days to get healed. So the connection, that's how simply I just made the connection. But with one thing which I want to insist on is that the belief. When Mosvik talked about it 2 weeks ago, I think, so I just, okay, somebody tried it without drinking and without spraying, so I'm going to try, but with the belief that it's going to work. We always have that doubt in our head, which tell us, does it work, doesn't it work? But once you try, you know. And really, I thank you a lot, Mosvik, because you learned me something new. You taught me something new. And since that day now, I stopped drinking the water or spraying the water. I'm just on top of my cups, grabbing the field and putting it on my body. And it works. That's how I connect simply without having, because I cannot tell you on a soul level. I hear a lot on a soul level, the field, the gravitational, the magnetical, but it is not something which I can detect really. But when I just put the belief, and I'm sure it's 100%, it's not 99.999, you should be 100% believing that it's going to work. But once you put a little doubt, things go differently. That's my point of view about connecting with the fields and trying to help whoever is in need. And that's the thing, whoever is in need, you can do it with water, by spraying, by giving to drink. Do it without looking for something in return. I think that's the key. it's so simple, but it's so hard for us, or for some of us. But for my part, I think that's it. Huh? It's the belief. Once the belief is there, yeah, I'm sure that we can fly.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful news that you healed. And I would like to add an interesting experience from one of my students. He made the 5 cup, and he works at the airport, I mean, in the construction. And so one day he had an accident and he hurt himself. And he had, Gans water with him, but he tried to do an experiment of just thinking about the 5 cup. And his pain rapidly diminished, and to the point that after 10 minutes or so, he was able to do the work. I mean, it wasn't completely gone, I mean, after that time, but he was at the point where he didn't have to think about it, or it wasn't bothering him at all. So, so I mean, yes, there is, at the beginning we can do the touching that you are talking about, Hassan. But that I have other friends who have done, like communicating with the cup. Just think about the cup, and you can have access to the field. And you don't even have to be near them. So we have a number of friends of mine have done it, and students, and I know several people now.
Hey, Musfak, I
Yes.
just would like to say something. So this is very wonderful. Really, listen, this man just talked now. Sorry, I don't remember his name. I didn't
Hassan.
catch it. Hassan, yeah, was such a very good testimonial, and what you said was brilliant. And so I was thinking also we could do the same with the CAP, but we could also do the same with the announcement unit. So, so I suppose we could connect to the announcement unit in Austria, for example, if the distance and doesn't matter. And when we connect to the at the soul level through the fields, then doesn't matter where we are in the world, we could be able to connect to the to announcement unit in Linz. And like there are like 2 bigger cups, and then and then of course once this machine will be spread all over the planet, we all can connect to all those machines, and then we're gonna I think progress very, very rapidly. So it was really, really empowering and uplifting. Listen, the testimonial of the guy before and your story of us. Your one. So thank you.
Thank you, Stefania.
Can I add just something? Like you said, Mosvex, many people come to you and it's very fast healing. Many people come to me when they see me, they're like, does this guy really, is this guy really able to remove my pain? They come with, most of them, they come with back pain. And what I just do is just grabbing a tube, a 6 millimeter or an 8 millimeter tube. I fill it with the cup 1 and with a little of the cup 2. And I give them the tube and they put it around their wrist. And maybe 30 minutes, some people came to me nearly walking like by 1 centimeter each foot. They could not make a meter tall, a meter walk. They just move their feet by 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. And in 30 minutes, by giving them the tube and putting it on their wrist, in 30 minutes, they feel a lot better. They start to move differently. Maybe in the beginning, some of them, they feel a lot of pain, like for 2 or 3 minutes. And really, they tell me that I want to remove this thing. I cannot hold it on me. And I ask them just to hold a little bit. After 2 or 3 minutes, the big pain go away and they start to feel better. They go for a small sleep, for maybe 30-minute sleep. After 30 minutes, they get 70% better. And usually, even sometimes I'm with some friends which they know a little bit about Mr. Keshe. They use the water, but they are not really ready to learn about the technology. But what I tell them, and I compare this situation to what Stefania talked about the Mojan. This guy which was having a lot of pain and when he arrived at home, we were four, and all the four, we felt really that this guy was really, really in pain. And he told us that for more than 1 month, he was not able to walk. He cannot go even, the beach is not far from from his house, but he cannot have a walk to go at the beach, feeling too much pain. But when he came, I asked those 3 friends, which I was with, to put their intention to heal. When I saw them feeling the pain of the guy when he arrived at home, I knew that, okay, these 3 friends, they really want this pain to go back. I felt this. So I just asked them to put their intention for the guy to heal. And he stayed at home 1 hour, 30 minutes. After this, he went back by foot. He was feeling so happy to be able to walk back. And he was not believing in the beginning that this guy can do something. He went to some traditional healers, with guy which heals with plant here in Africa. We have many of them. He went to the normal doctors with pills, with antibiotics, with many things, but no way for the pain to be relieved. And in 2 hours at home, nearly one afternoon, he made 2 hours. He went back feeling happy with 70% feeling better. The next day, he called to say that the pain is totally gone. And he was thanking me too much. It disturbs me when people thanks too much. But the joy you feel inside, and I come back to the belief, that's the thing which make it work. Thank you.
Very nice testimonial.
Because this is exactly where we're going to moving to this into the how the soul works. And
Estefania, your voice is breaking.
Beautiful here, even
we
this
can't.
testimonial.
Hello, Stefania.
After a couple of hours.
Hello, Stefania.
Your friend was able.
I'm gonna mute her, or she's fading away by herself there, actually. Stefania, we're having trouble hearing you, but there's not enough bandwidth. You're breaking up there. You need to get to a better location if you can. Oh.
So I like to tell those,
Okay,
okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, I like to say something because of the thought with the pets healing the earth, Moshfegh said. And he said, with the, I don't know the words exactly, the meaning is the cups are a sun. And so my thought about this is our soul in our head is a sun, like Mr. Keshe said. And the cups are suns because they also have a soul. So we can connect with the cups by setting a link through our fields. And the earth also is having a soul that is a sun. And so we can connect with it, with the cups, and transfer plasma fields. And so I think we can do this with any place all over the world. It's just the knowledge of there's no border. We are connected with everything, every moment, every second, and so we can send it. I'm here in Germany, and so I can send it to Austria in 1 second, because there are no walls. There's only connection with the fields, with the sun. So that's my thought. Thank you.
Hi guys, it's Dean here from the UK. I'd just like to say some of the things that have been spoken about today. Being present in the exhibition hall at the moment, when with all the love and intent, there's everything that's being sent to the hall. You can feel it. That stillness is still here. The stillness. This is what I think we need, and this is what we're talking about. It's that point where you just become at one with yourself. When you connect, when you actually become present, very present with yourself in the moment, and connect with the units, connect with the GANs, the nano, whichever plasma, your maggraph, it all makes such a tremendous difference. When we were talking about healing earlier on, I noticed that Mark said in the comments that we don't actually heal, we process, we balance the plasma, we balance our bodies. So yes, I suppose you could call that healing, but it's the technology is balancing of our physical matter state bodies. It's bringing it back into a peaceful, balanced condition. The GANs is a very natural product. It's exactly the same as you are. You are from the universe. You have a soul. You have a beautiful soul within you that is a universal being sat within your very structure. You have a physical body, and every single cell in your body has a soul, which makes up your physicality soul. So you're very well connected. So a thought, an intention, connecting with the units right now in this very moment, in this very second. And I can feel you here right now, every single soul. It's a very pleasant experience. It's wonderful to be present with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dean. We have another Dean with a hand up here. Perhaps we can hear from Dean number 2.
Peace. Can I be heard?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I love this conversation. I've spent a whole lot of my life in this as people are using, I'm going to put it the way I learned it. Now faith is the evidence of things hoped for, the substance of things not yet seen. And through the knowledge of what I want combined with the desires of other people, I have been walking and seeing miraculous things like are being talked about all my life. And I am so glad that this teaching or this knowledge is going out, because the more who enter into the knowledge of how to use their desires, faith, words, intention for creating specific things, it's going to be really fun creating with everybody here. That's just all I wanted to say, and thank you. Peace.
Can you hear me now? My internet is better.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to add something what Dean just said. yeah, from what Mr. Keshe taught us, exactly that. When we have a pure intention and our action is online of our feeling and our wish, then we'll be able to materialize everything we want. So as Dean just said, we have to just have this in mind that you know, we can actually create through our thinking, I don't know if the word thinking is a correct word. Yeah, so, and as you can see at the soul level, things move very fast. So we should be able to progress quite quickly, especially if we start to connect into the also enhancement unit, our 5 cups, and stay more connected. Yeah, so I'm me too, I'm very happy about what has been shared today. It's really inspiring.
I have another question. I'm reading a book because the name is like the light of the sun is very important for the body of the human. So it's my interpretation. And so I'm interested in if anybody has has an experience with this. In the winter time, we don't have so much sun, only some hours a day. And sometimes we did not see it because of the clouds or rain or something like this. And we all need the sun. The sun gives us the energy and is connected with every cell in our body and gives us energy, food. And in the wintertime, there is not so much sun. So some people have some problems with this circumstance because of depression and anger and feeling not good, have no energy and something like this. So do you think the cups and the energy field of the cups and the aminos and the whole systems of the cups, if we connect with this, with this system each day in the winter time especially, do you think it can give us the sun instead of the sun at the sky and can help us to stay in the energy like being in the springtime or something like this? Do you think the cup systems, not only the one cup 1 or 2, also the 5 cup and all the cups that are possible, can do this for our body in this helping way? That is my thought. That's my question I have. Have anyone a thought about this or an experience?
I think it would be a good experiment to do during the coming winter, especially in the areas where the sun sets very early. And so many of us can do it, those who are in that region, I'm sure.
Well, we already know some of the effects of the GANs, and Mr. Keshe has discussed it many times with the zinc oxide, especially, and its effects on the mood and on the body and so on, the CO2 as well. And he's also said many times that they're like little suns. The GANs is like little suns, specifically, you know, relates them to stars or suns that they emit. So it would make sense that on a cellular level, if you were a cell in our body, and you were encountering face to face this little GANS particle that was glowing away, you would feel like it was a sunny day.
Yes, that's my thought. And another thing is our, the English word is pineal gland, in the middle of our head, this very important small thing. And this pineal gland is, I think, in the same place of our soul in our head, or the same place, I don't know. And we, I must think about how to say. And when we are connected with the creator, with the energy field of the creator, the pineal gland is connected. There's a link from the creator to this pineal gland, and it will get it will be feeded from the fields of the universe, from the creator. So I don't know. So I lost the way. And this pineal gland is very, very important for the functions in our body and our organism. And it makes a very good harmony field in our body and around our body. And when we connect with the sun, sun in each reactor, and when we eat wild herbs have a lot of sun energy inside. We don't have to eat it, we can connect with it, with the sun field in this wild herbs. And I think it could be possible to feed it over this fields that we have around us, because the pineal gland is very small because of the things we believe and the things we were taught in our life. It was really small, only like not, I don't know the word, a bean, a little bit smaller, like a bean or something like this. But normally the pineal gland of the human being is much more bigger, because of the things, the reason of who we are and what we are able to do. And so I think about how we can make it grow, on an easy way. So I thought it could be a way to connect with the sun fields of our reactors, the small cups, or the cup of man, or the 5 cups. You know what I mean?
And maybe when we connect more and more to the enhancement unit, the gland will become bigger and bigger. Much quicker.
Yes, and we can do it over from here to Linz in 1 second, I think.
Yeah.
Guys, it's Dean again. We're all connected. We can be present within zero-time communication. So the moment you have the thought, before you even have the thought, you're already connected. When it comes to the sun, you have a sun inside you. You have a very bright star inside you. It's called your soul. And you're a ray. You're connected to to Mother Earth through the soul connection that is manifested through the sun. So we are always present. We are always connected. Within a second, within a nanosecond, within whatever you want to, however you want to describe it, but we are present, each and every single one of us, in every single moment. And when we become still, really still, and reconnect all of us together as one, we will suddenly realize how very special we really are. We are universal beings, come here to have an experience, and have a beautiful experience in the physicality, but we are eternal souls, and we are very bright stars, each and every one of you. And love to you all. Thank you.
Maybe we go back to the presentation. Can we do that? Because we have more.
We have to go to the next slide. We talk about the LINS invitation.
Are we done with the Bengali community presentation?
Yes, we are done with that part.
Okay.
What happened to one unit, one city? Do we still have that?
Well, in a way, that was that link that you had in the starter. I tried to make you talk about it, but if you want to say something about it, please.
Okay, I can, yes, I can, because I thought I see the slide, I was waiting for that moment, but if not, then I can say something about it now. Mr. Keshe, a few weeks ago, made an announcement that for the enhancement unit, we're going to have 100 city for now, for one unit per city. And he put 1 billion euro from his own money for this project. And what it means, each city, wherever you are, if you come up with something, the initial money for the center, say it costs $1 million to open the center with the unit, and if we come up with $250,000 or $200,000, Mr. Keshe put the rest, say 800,000 or 750,000 of rest of the money. So this is actually a great opportunity for anywhere you are, because this is a great initiation for bringing the health to the people in that city or that area. And I think I actually calculated that, and I said, if we live in a city, we ask even everybody to put to go to Keshe Foundation, put the money on one unit. Say everybody put $100 there. We need, if we want to put $200,000, it means we need 2,000 people. If we want to put $250,000, we need 2,500 people. So with that investment from everybody, you can create a unit in that city. So either you can find investors who like to invest and bring the unit in the city, or you can just get people in that city together and create that opportunity for that city you are in, the area you are in. So after that, we will go to, once we accomplish the 100 cities, then we go next to 1,000 and then move on and bring it. Eventually, our plan is to bring every single city in the world. We want to have one unit for each city, which is the beautiful thing if we can accomplish this. Thank you.
Very good, Azar. So this also connected to what Dean said the last time. So if I understood well, even so in any city, so we should start with a wish. So we should start with a wish that any city or any languages that wish to have this machine in their own country, their own cities. That is the how to start with, and then see how many people are have the same wish or they would like to have this machine, and then take it from there. So in such a way that everyone can have the machine, not just people who got money to invest. So everyone can put what they have, because you cannot steal it from your own self. So if understood well, Azar, everyone, a little bit like a crowdfunding, everyone can put what they have. And of course, some people will put more, other people will put less in correlation of how much money they have to spare. And then the rest, the foundation will try to match to cover the needs to get the machine. So this is correct, no? It's done in this way.
That's
a little
correct.
bit like a crowdfunding. Little bit.
That's correct, yes. You know, for example, in Italian community, if you can put it out there, think about the city that you love to, you think that city should have the center, I mean, the unit for the first, you see the people, how they are and everything, and they're open to it. You can actually bring it to the public and put it everywhere. You only need 2,000 people with $100 is not really much. And you can actually invest and bring the unit to that city.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you, because it's very important to understand that no one should steal from their own self. So everyone just do the best they can. And also to understand that you have to kind of imagine that you won a lottery. So if you think you wish that your town has this machine, go ahead. We have to stop thinking the old way, like where oh no, I cannot have that because I cannot afford it, or I think now the new way is that because we're all equal, so we're just helping each other. So you just give what you don't need away, and what you give away that you don't need, you can invest for the goods of all. So this will be the new way of what we try to go in this direction, where so in this way also poor nation they will have the chance to have this machine. In this way, it will not be favorite to only rich nation or people with bigger investors. So this is, to me, is a huge step forward. I like that. Thank you. Brilliant.
Thank you, Stefania. That was very nice. Very, very well put.
Okay, this is Marie. I'm a Universal Council representing the Norwegian language. And I made a teaching that I had in the private teaching last week, which is based on some interviews with the TV Galactica, together with Rafael in Keshe Foundation, Brazil. It's very basic, and I was thinking that by doing that, we are ensure that everyone is on the same level in a way. So yeah, you might find it very simple, but it will be better. Okay. So the title is, what is the soul? So all living beings has a soul. Our main soul is located in the middle of the brain, and it's called the soul of the man. We have a second soul, which is the collective soul of all the souls in our body, and it's located in the heart. But this presentation is about the soul of the man, which is our main soul, the boss in our life. The soul of the man is a sun. It radiates its fields outwards, just like the sun we see in the sky. The emotions of the soul of the man is love. It's only good, loving, and caring. Love your soul, and you will feel the love radiating from it. It's like we live in two parallel worlds. One in the one we all know, the physical world and the physical life. But the soul is living a life parallel to this physical life. So we are in two dimensions in a way. And this soul of the man is connected to the Creator. The soul of the man never dies. It only gains or loses strength. If you live a miserable life or a bad life, you deplete your soul. When your body dies, your soul of the man is set free, and the soul of the man will find its position in creation according to the strength it has gathered on planet Earth or during this life. If your soul of the man has very low field strength, it will be positioned in a lower field strength position. If your soul of the man is strong, when it's set free, then you can be a creator and a seed for a new universe. And the purpose of life is to mature the soul of the man, to make it grow and make it stronger. So how do we know our soul? We have to feel it. We have to start trusting the soul and understand how it interacts. Do soul searching. Recall the feeling of falling in love. Fall in love with the soul and fall in love with everything. One way to strengthen the soul of the man is to live a life of right conduct. And that is think good, talk good, do good, follow the ethos. We are here to serve, not to be served. Serving and elevating other souls. Then your soul will grow and elevate, become stronger, and you can give more. You can connect with your soul by concentrating on its position within your brain and send it love and care from your heart for it to elevate. You should be able to feel it. It's like a vibration or a cloud around your skull, or you can even hear it sometimes. We are all part of the Creator because it all started with the one field of the Creator, and it divided that in and interacted to create the universes as it is today. Therefore, we are all connected with everything. All souls are connected to all other souls in the structure of creation. Everything is created by the interactions of the fields of the Creator. So we are all part of the totality, all there is. So we have to start trusting and understanding our soul, understanding its power, our power within. The fields of the soul of the man crosses the universe, like the light we see from stars. It's a sun, it radiates. If we stand in a crowd and we make sure nobody touches us, this is the boundary of the physicality. In a crowd, my soul is crossing the soul of all the people around me, and all the souls it comes in touch with interacts with it. The soul lives its own life and has its own connections and relations to other souls. The soul of the man is the creator of your body. It has manifested itself as our body with all its organs. And it can feed the physicality too from the fields of the universe. But you need to be humble, since the stronger, which is the soul, always gives to the weaker. And it can create all you need to exist by using intention and wish. For a wish to manifest in physicality, everyone must agree. The cat, the dog, the tree in your front yard, the neighbor, the table. They must all be willing to receive it. It cannot be forced. Therefore, the wish must be good for all to be able to materialize. And it must be needed, because in the universe, you only take what you need. If we can absorb the energy of the universe through our soul, through the soul of every cell, we don't need to consume, to eat any other soul, or to destroy. When we learn to feed ourselves through our soul, there shall be no war, there shall be no killing. And then we, humanity, becomes humble as any creator and peaceful. Because in this way, through the soul, man receives everything he needs according to the wishes of the soul of the man. This is how powerful our soul is. It created the body, it feeds it, it knows everything. It can create all you need, and it can even bring you into space. When your soul gets strong enough through your correct conduct, which means you live a life to serve others and do no harm, the soul of the man can encapsulate the soul of physicality and travel the spans of the universe. When your soul finds a place it feels is peaceful in the universe, it can manifest the physicality soul anywhere it wants. It's like a jacket, you bring it inside out. In our daily life here on earth, the physical soul is outside and the soul of the man is inside. When you travel with your soul, it's the other way around. And if you have matured and grown your soul to perfection, it can be a seed for a new universe where you are the creator. But when you learn to travel with your soul, you can live forever, manifest in every place without being ill or old. But in the universe, old age is a sign of maturity and nothing negative. So how do we become perfect souls? Well, we have to balance our books, clean our soul. This is important because in the universe, the others sees your intention. It's important to be humble, to think good, talk good, do good, follow the ethos and the commandments, and live a good life. The game of the universe is that everyone takes what they need and nothing more, and gives away what they don't need, because when you give, you receive more. The promised heaven is the point when we as humanity understand the existence and the true operation of our own soul, the soul of the man. Then we become independent. We need nothing from outside. We can create what we need on demand. The gates of heaven is the knowledge about the soul, and heaven is operating through the correct conduct. It's peaceful, so we need to be peaceful too. So to get there, we need to mature and strengthen our soul of the man by thinking good, talking good, acting good, follow the commandments like thou shalt not steal, and the ethos of Keshe Foundation. We are here to serve, not to be served. Thank you. So we can go to the next slide. Thank you. Yeah, and I will say, just wait a little, Stefania. Sveta. I just want to say that there is a new interview with the Brazil TV Galactica tonight at 24 PM CET. Thank you.
Marie, I want to just add something to what you just discussed. Is you know, when we look at how we operated until now, our individual life, before we understand the knowledge of the universe and how we're supposed to behave, our always thinking was like the way we talk, we say, I want to do this, or we always look at our intention in life for ourselves. So I think it's time now, one of the way we can, in terms of how the soul can get elevated, when we want to do something, because I was paying attention to my actions when I want to do something. Do I want to benefit everybody on this planet or just for me? Which one is it? Like, for example, when we eat, we're just supplying this body. But when we do other things, like, for example, so I want to go here, I want to do this, something come to my mind. Is that action, is it going to benefit a group of people, or is it just going to be for me? Which way is it? So even when we say a simple sentence, is it for my to say I exist, or that sentence I say, or that word I say, is it to give to somebody in a way, in a loving way, in a kindness? So one of the things I learned from actually the cup of man I made, which was a huge step for me, is kind of, it shows you, it's kind of like you see your soul standing next to you, separated from the physical soul, and then you can switch between your soul and physical soul, and your behavior, you can completely see when you're acting from your soul and when you're acting from your physical soul. And when you go to, it's just like becoming two people, like you understand you're two people. And when you act from your soul, it has such a lightness in it. You feel light. You actually, I never understood Mr. Keshe when he was saying humbleness, but when the soul plays, the humbleness, you can feel it. You can tell when you're humble. And when you're physical soul, you can tell when you're not humble, you become arrogant. And is a way, is a kind of fun, but at the same time, the soul, when you go to the soul, everything flows, like you have no expectation from life. There are so many good, like you don't have any expectation from nobody. You don't have any expectation from future. Like when you want to do something, you just do it. You don't think about it so much. There's so many things that it makes your life like easy, like as if somebody is making decision for you and you just go. You don't have a hard time making decision. You don't have a bad moment. You don't judge anything about the people. You can't judge anything about the people. You just see them as they are. You can talk to anybody and anyone. there's no good and bad. There's no bad time. There's nothing unusual about anything. You just go through life like a breathe. Everything just feels so good. And this is the thing that the cup of man showed me, that I can actually switch between my physical soul and my soul, but I always choose my soul because it's more fun. That's what I was going to add to it.
Thank you, Asar. I think especially about that, it's very important to be humble, because when you're humble, then the soul is able to give to us. So it creates a flow, because you're kind of weaker. I don't know if you shrink, but I think that we are not receiving what we need from the soul if we are not humble.
Because, you know, Marie, because you get limited. You know, when you're not humble, you're limited. When you're arrogant, as if somebody put you in a box. But when you're humble, you just imagine you're in the way I see it, I feel it. When you're arrogant, you're in a box, like you're in prison. When you're humble, is open a space, like you just free.
Yeah, you make it available to receive, I think, by being humble.
Yes. And then actually, this is something I think who was talking about? I think it was Bridget was talking about the pineal gland energy. But then at the same time, what I realized, when we talk about the field, like an aura, this is our field, our maglev, the maglev we are. Actually, when we, in an old time, they used to talk about the mental body, physical body, emotional body, and energy body. And actually, that energy body that they used to talk about, that's our field, that's the maglev field that we have. And then I realized when you change, when you elevate, that maglev changes. And then say somebody says, oh my God, all my life, I had bad luck, everything was bad happening to me. The reason for it is because the position, according to the maglev, was creating that, just like a magnet. If your magnet is like that, you are attracting all those situations to yourself. Now, when you change your maglev, when you get elevated, your maglev, your plasma, your plasmatic maglev strength changes. When it changes, suddenly those events that was coming to your life that you constantly were complaining about, suddenly everything disappears. And you're thinking about what happened here because you changed. So your situation changed, your position changed. So for that reason, anybody who has certain situations, so if we look at the totality of it, how is our maglev system was created? We came from the creator. We started from there. That was plasmatic, as a plasmatic strength itself. And then with it, we brought our past with us. We went through this life. Then we have certain behavior, our thoughts. They created, that's the maglev we are in now. So whatever is our position is according to our strength from the creator. Then what we gathered in this life, we got to this position. Now, when you elevate, when you change your behavior, you change the way you think and do things, you change your positioning. When you change your positioning, suddenly people around you change, and things that happen in your life changes, everything changes.
Thank you, Asar. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Azar. Thank you, Marie. Beautiful, very beautiful indeed. Soulful also. This is Shweta Anwar, UC Hindi language. And as Rick always said, my dear Rick, welcome to the One Race, One Planet, One Nation. And welcome to the universal energy. Welcome to the ethos, to the love and peace of the foundation. Beautiful. So I would like to add that this is an invitation. This is a call of love. This is a presentation of love to join the Universal Council membership and to join the Universal Council support membership team. As I will press more on the younger generation to come and take the responsibility, as somehow everybody has to go and everybody has to come, and this will go on, and we will reach in the level that nobody will be left behind. So this is how I will say, and I will want to add that in this physicality, we have always run on fire. There's always a marathon. There's always a marathon of everything, of food, of cleaning the trees, of racing, of everything. Even the science of this parasitic physicality has said that light also is in marathon. Light also travels. It is marathoning with us and in the unit of light years. But this is all a sort of lie. We know that. But when you are walk with the ethos of the foundation, come in the blessings and care and love of Keshe Plasma space knowledge, the universe becomes more lovable, explainable, and then you become enlightened. And this is the basic simple nature of human being, the true nature of human. Wherever you are, receive and give. This is the way we do these things. We always done in ancient times. We are all old souls, as once Rick said. We are all old souls coming again and again. And this nursery is broken. We have to be, if you have to be the star, shine like a sun. And to shine like a sun, you have to have the knowledge of the dimension of love. Universe always sees love, They always sees the radiation of the radiating love. And it always asks, what do you want? Take what you need. So be in this love and always feel this is the time of transformation. There's no need to feel the pain and struggle again. No need to walk on the burning fire. Just you have to transform your connecting, interact with your soul. As a physical soul, interact with your soul. These are the two cups you have. You have in it yourself, in the I am, enhance it. And in this is the key time to become a butterfly, transform into a butterfly, my dear souls. Fly high and high in the colors of the rainbow, fall in love with all the lovers passing by. So here, abundance and love is universal always, and simple as that, as the cup of life as made by my Messiah, Shriman M. Keshe. And the love should be flowing like this, always. In India, we say flowing like your river Ganga. The Shakti is flowing like this. Be the energy, the giver, always. Give to the weaker, those who in need. So I will say this is the page of the Universal Council. Well, I'm not good at words, but this is the page of the Universal Council. See, go to the Universal Council mandate and the Universal Council charter. Please go and sign. Your soul should be ready for this. Awaken within your soul. From within your soul is the gate of the paradise, the gate of the kingdom of Abha, heaven. So you can see the colors, the sun radiating, the color, the purple, the violet, the color of ascension. And with your soul pen, with your soul awareness, awakening. Well, in a moment, the application will come. Rick, can you, yes, see the color, violet, the color of peace, the color of ascension, as this is transition time and all souls are ascending. Those are in love with Mother Earth. She's ascending too. So depleting or detaching with the energies not needed anymore. So does we. This is the Universal Council. How to support the Universal? Yes, this is the application for the Universal Council membership and also for the Universal Council support membership. Please, with your soul, heart and soul, fill it, wish for it, and you will get the answer. There is a need of all beautiful souls here. So please fill it with your love. Love is always heard. This is true human nature. And support humanity to uplift in peace in the dimension of love, as the Creator wants this time, this condition to happen. So thank you for being here, all beautiful souls in existence, in all over the universe. I will say salam, namaste, salute, suswagatam, welcome again. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear Rick.
Thank you. I just wanted to, can you hear me properly?
Yes,
Can
yes.
you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, because you just said you said a few things, and something clicked on me just now. I just realized for the first time, I just realized something of what we've been doing today. So, so with Azar, when she mentioned this wish of the 100 health unit to be in the major city and then going to the 1,000, and you know, everyone can collectively donate. So whoever who can donate, and then collectively the Keshe Foundation will help every nation to achieve their goal. And then I was thinking, oh my God, this is exactly what I wish a long time ago. And we spoke about this long time ago. Mr. Keshe spoke about this long time ago. And I thought, oh my God, this is happening right now. That is to have this common pot. I remember long time ago, I don't know if you remember, or any person remember who's been here for quite a bit, when we talk about this a common pot, this house should be in the future, where everyone gives away what they don't need, and anyone can take what they need. So I remember Mr. Keshe said about this cake, leave the whole cake, and people will learn to take only what they need. So suddenly I thought, oh my God, maybe this is the big pot that we were talking about now on doing the enhancement unit. To be able to have the enhancement unit in every city of the world, we have to collectively help each other. So people who can will put the donation. Everyone will donate wherever they can without stealing from their own soul. And then from this big pot, universal pot, those donations will go into give to everyone what everyone need. So having the machine in different cities will give us the freedom to have what we need at the time of need. So for, oh my God, maybe suddenly, without realizing, this is the beginning of the bigger pot that Mr. Keshe talked in the past a long time ago. So somehow just now it clicked with the, you know, what Azar said and what Sweta said about, you know, take what you need and give away what you don't need, and this energy flow we talked today. So suddenly this clicked. So I'm really, I don't know if you had the same thinking. So
Stefania?
yeah.
Stefania, can I say so? Yes, you are absolutely right. I want to say that this time the donation, the money has to be transformed. You know, this is the energy that has been in the root of, but this is an energy. The user have to use it accordingly as the level of understanding. So this is transforming. This energy now will be for the enhancement of other souls. So this is in India, I will say Mahadan, the all charity from all over the world will come. And I wish this is for the enhancement of all those who in need. Thank you, Stefania. Thank you, my dear.
Sweta, I was thinking in India, you have so many people live in India, population is I don't know how many billion you have, but I was thinking if each person give $1, you need $250,000. So it means you need 250,000 people to donate $1. So how many people
Yes.
live in your city? So think about it.
but you know, Azhar, India has to the soul has to come in. It is like onion, you know. The soul has to cross many levels, and I think it will take some time. Uh, it is a deep injury that has been done by the parasitic level, and they has to come out. If anybody giving even a wish, that will work. Even $1, that will work. I wish for that, and I wish for citizens of India must awake well at this time, a little quickly, and I wish for that. Thank you, Azhar.
Yes, you
Thank
can do. You can put something on a Facebook. You say $1, 1 unit, and people get
Yes.
attracted. They ask, "What is this $1, 1 unit?" And then they read about it, and they get excited. And suddenly you see you have 250,000 people giving $1.
But they have to be in the giver position, you know. This has to be in a giver position, and to be a giver position they have to have some knowledge. That is the key, you know. To even they are giving $1. The $1 is to be energy for the enhancement of other souls, because this time the enhancement will be for many souls, those who are in pain, and this energy should be in clarity and clean. So this is what I see, Azhar, in India. I wish for the soul of India to wake up more and more quickly, and thank you for your generous kindness, kind words, Azhar. uh, I expect people will awake and become giver more in this world of dimension of plasma, of universal love, in the love of the Creator. They must know that before giving even $1. So this is what I think, and I wish people will come out, will coming out, and this is technology, I will say, explainable of the universal, of the Creator. That is the beauty. I am here to explain everything. I have written to many people, but I haven't expected they will answer me in a religious way, in a political way. But that's all. This is physicality. This is weak, and I am a giver. I'm standing here. Anybody who is prepared to give, please do that. So I wish for the enhancement of all souls again. So thank you so much.
And this is Azhar again. I'd like to share a story that it shows us the soul doesn't know anything except love. Even at the times that we think we are correct about certain things, and we get upset about it or angry about it, and still the soul doesn't recognize that the soul always loves. The story is like this. It happened to me. I can tell, fortunately or unfortunately, my husband can see everything, see the field, see the energies. So for the past couple of days, we were moving. So as we were moving, I was doing all the moving, and he wasn't really helping. So this is happening, I think it was happening with my physical soul, because I was getting upset in my head. I was going through it. I said, why am I carrying all this heavier stuff? And he's just passing by, doesn't even say anything. And then he turned to me, he says, your aura is very contracted. It's very small now. What happened? Because he always tell me your aura is beautiful, it's green now, it's yellow now, it's big now, it's whatever. So when he said this, I said, my God, I was thinking all that, and my aura. So the physical soul, seeing that somebody is not helping and running into his head, that he's upset, he's angry, or whatever it is. But what is happening to me, the soul, when the aura get contracted, the energy get contracted, they get darker, it means I put the soul more in cage. So no matter what is going on outside of us, depending how, because we don't know what the situation is, soul doesn't see it as bad. The only thing we need to do, then I was questioning myself, I said, so what am I supposed to do in this situation? So the situation is this, he has certain condition that maybe he cannot help. So I should elevate his soul rather than getting mad at him, because I wasn't acting from my soul. Because if I was acting from my soul, which is loving, my aura shouldn't get contracted. My aura should be always bigger, because when you go to your soul, you get elevated, the aura gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So the soul is only love, no matter what is outside of us. And no matter if we think we're correct in what we think the situation is, but it's still we're putting the soul in cage. So any thoughts, any words, anything that is not of kindness and love is not coming from the soul, no matter what the situation is. So this, for me, was a lesson that my thoughts, my emotions create my energy. And so you know when you are with soul, and you're knowing when you are with physical soul. So the only thing soul sees and knows is love, is all love, nothing else, nothing in between. So this was my experience that I thought I'd share with you, so you understand the time you, certain moments, certain situations, you think you're correct, and you kind of lock up your soul more.
Yeah, beautiful, Azhar. Very beautiful example. And I think there was a video long ago that was circulating. I don't know if it was, I'm sure it was from the Keshe Foundation, where this man had this stick, and he could measure the aura of people. And he did that. He make two people distance from each other's, many meters, and he asked the woman to first he measured he showed how he could measure the fields, because these things, I think, is the one to find the water, you know, when you find the sticks to find the things under the ground. I think was similar.
It is called dowsing rod. I know what you're talking about, dowsing rod. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was this man really scientifically show how he showed the distance of the magnetic fields of the person, of their soul or aura, and then he asked her to think something negative, and it shrinked inside her body. It literally disappeared. It was not even outside anymore. It was inside. And then he asked him to, you know, there was her boyfriend not far away. I mean, quite far, but not too far. And he asked to think about something, about love feelings. And the aura, when the magnetic fields went certain ways, you know, expand beyond, you know, you have to go into chase where the border was. It just reminded me this experiment that this man did. Yeah, and I saw it. Thank you. It was very useful.
You learn not to get upset about anything, just love everything.
Yeah, like the rice experiment. You know, the rice experiment is very also something, you know, everyone can do. You know, the rice experiment as the one you take one rice, you make it boil, and you divide it in 3 cups, three different container, and one you write love, and the other one you write indifferent, and the other one hate. And you just every day you send love to one jar, and then be indifferent in the other jar, and then send negative things to the third jar. And then after a month, you can see the differences. That so that it's a very good example on how you can see how your thoughts are influence the things around you. So, so in this experiment, you can see in internet, many people does it for their kids in school, and you can see the jar where you send love, the rice is intact, and then the jar where is indifferent, the jar is going to be a mold, and the one where you said bad words or negative things is really molded, very molded. I think this is very great. It's so simple experiment to show what we can do. Yeah, with our thinking. Thank you.
Yes, I read that book. It was a beautiful book that he took a picture of all the waters, like he took water from next to a church and look at the pattern, take a photo of it and look at the pattern of the water, and took water from another area area that was dark, and it was where factories, and he took a picture of that, and then he made those experiments, and the pictures he took, it was incredible that the places the water was with love. The water had this snowflake shape. It was beautiful. And then the mind, I think we have to rewrite our programming of our mind, because one of the thing I notice when we become very attentive to whatever we do, like for example, if you're cooking, you're just cooking, and you're so attentive, just nothing going on in your mind, or when you reading, you're just reading. Whatever we do, if we become fully attentive, that love becomes more, because we intend to think about things, or programming. Or another thing I did for many years, anytime anything from not love comes, I would say next. So I just pass by it. So this is important, how we change the way we think about everything, not only about ourselves, but about everything around us. Even people who we think they doing wrong thing, because we as a physicality, we see duality, but the soul doesn't see duality. Once the soul leaves this body, there is no good and bad, or ugly or black and white. It's all one. So this is us who decided to create this good or bad, or this is not good, that's ugly, or this situation is not good. Or even the point that I was making, that like my husband is not helping me, maybe I'm making it up. So why, if he's not helping, he's not helping, but I was happy doing the job. So why are you complaining? That's the question.
We have another presentation tonight. Maybe two actually. This is yours, Mosvek, is it?
So this is Birgit, and this is my concept. I wrote it because of the meeting yesterday, where we were talking about how to transfer knowledge to children when we teach the information about the Keshe Foundation. So should I read it or only inform? Rick, can you give me information, please?
Is this part, because there are 8 slides on your after this with the pictures that you sent?
This is not, no, this is not the same.
Okay, so then you go 3 slides forward, Rick. One more, there.
Yeah. So, thank you, Rick. So this is Birgit. I'm a United Council member and I'm presenting German language. And I'm presenting today the second part of the Universal Council lecture series. And the reason is because of this series is the lecture series on the rise of Mother Earth and humanity in the current timeline. And there are a lot of thoughts and things we can do to help our soul to grow and to get a place in this situation by thinking about some things. And today in the second part, I want to say something about the separation from the unconscious negative ego. So today I would like to talk to you about the topic that we have all experienced for ourselves. A topic that has generated a lot of discussion in conscious circles. There are the views that we should let go of our ego and other view that we need it. Here are some questions that I would like to communicate with you. What is the so-called ego? What does it mean to have a positive and a negative ego? What is the problem with the negative ego? And what do we understand by the ego? We, as a universal being here on this beautiful planet Earth, have 2 souls in our chest. So, to speak, the level of the soul and the level of the mind. Our soul level stands for unconditional love, connecting to the original source of creation. It is in direct connection with our soul, which guides us constantly. The soul level is always in contact with all positive feelings that guide us in the process of ascension. The level of the spirit in the second level, it is connected to our thinking and knowledge that is influenced by our environment. There are now 2 different areas. There we have the positive thoughts and the that are connected to our heart and our positive experience. Then there are the negative thoughts that do not come from the heart. This level of the mind is called the ego in the broadest sense. It is about thoughts that make us do things and think. So, can you give me the, yeah, perfect. Thank you. Everything that we do or think, spiritually produce feelings that influence us at any time, in any situation. Most of the time in our life, we are not aware of these circumstances. We have not been taught by anyone that there is an ego and a soul level. So many things happen unconsciously and we think, oh, life is good to me, or life is hard. All these feelings that come from our heart plane and from our spiritual plane are either pleasant or unpleasant. We know the good feelings that are brought into our lives, thought our heart and soul. Joy, lightness, peace, love, and so on. And we know the feelings that arise toward our mind in connection with our negative ego. So there are anger, sadness, fear, doubt, and so on. Now the question arises, what serves me? When I go through my life as an unconscious person, I will hopefully reach a point in my life where I realize that I'm empowered by the creator of all that is by my soul, that I can freely decide, my free will, which thoughts I choose in my life. Sometimes it takes decades to get there, and often it happens through traumatic situations in life. Everyone knows that. If I live a life where I let my negative, destructive thoughts guide me, I feel bad, blocked, and worthless most of the time. A life that for some people does not feel worth living and that can bring a certain resignation. There's not in the sense of this is not in the sense of our soul, which is aligned to the high vibration of love. On the other hand, a life in which I let myself be guided on the level of the heart and soul brings joy, lightness, and synchronicity, which brings me more closer to the goal of developing my soul. Next slide, please, Vic. Thank you. So this our soul can grow. From these feelings, I can clearly see where I am. From the day of my birth of the soul, and thus from the day of the birth of man here on earth, we are connected to the light field and loving energy of the original source of creation. It leads us and guides us via our intuition, via our heart through our life. We have brought this us the basic right on love, evidence, and freedom. Only nobody told us that. Because we learn in this system in which we grow up and are formed that we are not important, not good enough, and not lovable, we develop behaviors and beliefs that tempt us to think negatively. And this is how we get into the vortex of the negative ego. At this point, it should be mentioned that we need both sides. Here is a mental picture. There are two rooms. There is light in one, and in the other there is darkness. There's a connecting door where we stand. What do you think happens when we open that door? We can only experience ourselves as that which we are if we first experience ourselves that which we are not. How am I supposed to know what it means to drink cold water if I don't not have the experience of having tried warm water? We need polarity for our mental and spiritual development. Not top without bottom, no black without white. We learn through comparison through the perception of positive and negative feelings. Thank you. In this way, we develop conscious decisions and learning processes. We learn more and more that it is much more pleasant to be guided by the soul level or heart level, because then it is easier and more peaceful in our life. So we need both our positive ego and the negative to decide who we really want to be. Another aspect of the ego itself is the fact that we need the ego, because it is very important to make spiritual decisions, to weigh up what is important, what we want and what we do not want. This way we can experience our positive ego as something very good. Now I would like to show you some concrete examples of how the negative ego develops in the course of our life for your better understanding. First example, we experience as young people that we are not noticed and that we are given the feeling that we are not good enough. From this experience arises the need to prove to ourselves and the world the opposite of this inner belief. That is why we develop the mostly unconscious need to always want to prove something to others, often to be the center of attention and to be bossy. This makes us an unpleasant person who is not open for his development and the growth of his soul. This person takes and is never satisfied. So he always goes away empty-handed, and there remains a constant feeling of smallness and dissatisfaction. This ultimately leads to Heal's problems. This person follows his negative ego, which always supports him in the deficiency thinking and binds him even more to his beliefs. So the next slide, please. Thank you. So the second example. Many people experience as young people through their parents and society that they are not accepted and valued as souls as they are, as the Creator created them. They are made small with words, deeds, and are burdened with guilt. Against this background, people with this imprint can want to help others, keeping people small by standing above them, so as not to feel their smallness, and demonstrating their power. This is often expressed through violence. The negative ego cheers them on, but they must not put up with anything anymore. These souls confuse self-love with abuse of power, standing up for themselves for wrong motives. And the last example, the third example, there are children who are simply not loved by their parents because they cannot do it themselves. These children feel worthless and unloved, cannot stand up for themselves as adults, and often disappear of life. They have no foundation that strengthens and nourishes them, built up in their heart. Many people then lose themselves in addiction, self-doubt, depression, and worse. These are only a few examples. There are so many souls here on our wonderful planet Earth who are very burdened with their traumas and beliefs. When the soul is so powerless, it is hard for them to open up to love and trust that the soul, our Creator, is carrying it. Man is trained in the spirit. Now we ask ourselves, how can I break this circle? How can I let go of all this programming? The next one, please. Thank you very much. That's perfect. By starting to see through all this, our soul helps us with this, the only thing that is necessary in our clear inner choice. Just once, and everything will change. We are led to the people and situations that help us. It is a good thing to deal with the negative ego by personifying it. More on this in a moment. Let us be aware that we ourselves have even the negative ego permission to take over our mind. We are all responsible for everything we have created in our lives, whether consciously or unconsciously. Sure, mostly not consciously, but it is like with many areas in life. When we notice it, it is first of all much easier to carry on like this, because when we start to change things, we are conformed with the environment, the people in our lives, and to show our colors has to follow, which most people shy always from first. But at some point, this is not longer work. This no longer works because our soul suffers from the way we ignore it and refuse to live in love. But why exactly is all this so important? You all know on both a small and a large scale that we are moving towards an enormous change. The world as we know it will soon no longer be as we experience it today, here and now. An unstoppable process of ascension is taking place. Our soul is full of joy and can hardly wait to live in love and peace again. We almost have world peace. And you, yes, you are changing yourself. You are changing your energy, the fields that you send out, and your consciousness that opens up to higher frequency. Sooner or later, every soul will want to follow this conscious path. All the older energies that we're carrying around with us in our backpack, all the negative egos that pull us down, our fears that were forced upon us, and all the problems that result from it. We can let go now and heal, because they cannot be taken with us on the ascent. The old fields are not compatible with the new time, and that makes many afraid. But this fear is completely unfounded. The Creator is only waiting to show you your way. The only thing you can do in this beginning is to never say goodbye to trust and your trusted inner critic. And it is never too late for that. A little exercise. Imagine your negative ego is such a big muscle man and standing in front of a big gate and guarding it. Behind this gate is love, peace, and abundance. Make yourself aware that you have allowed this guy to play the boss there, even if unconsciously. And therefore, be aware that you are the boss over your life. Now you have the honorable task to let this guy, to tell this guy, hey, thank you for doing such a good job all these decades. I gave you this job and I'm telling you very clearly here and now that you don't work for me anymore now. I am ready for now on to stand up for myself and become who I truly am. Say it loud and with full conviction. Then, when it comes across absolutely clear, he, the guy, your negative egos, leaves. You can practice this and repeat it several times. You feel that you will feel better from time to time. You will feel more and more the connection to your soul, the opening of your heart and your change on all levels of being. And this door will be open for all these things that are behind it. So the last one. Yes, thank you. Our Creator has prepared so many wonderful paths for us. Decide to accept these ways to grow, to let love into your heart, to welcome peace into your life. That is my personal reason for making you this offer, and offer to wake up, to become aware of yourself. I thank you for your time and attention. I give free for my soul. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brigitte. Lovely presentation. Anybody have any questions or comments about that?
This is Marie. I wonder if the ego is what we call the ego is the soul of physicality. What do you think about that? So all this ego is the soul of physicality that misbehave.
I think the soul, the positive soul is the soul of the physicality, and also the negative is the soul of the physicality. There are only, in my understanding, there are only two different choices we can make, because in the normal in the normal energy we came here on this earth, there was only the positive energy field with all the love and freedom inside. And I think because of the circumstances, the reasons why we came here to learn and to develop ourselves, our soul, and find our path and our essence, we need this negative ego. So our soul created us this negative ego, so that we have the chance to find out who we are, what we want, and which way we choose. And so in my thinking, my feeling, I think it's the negative ego and the positive ego both came from the physicality. I don't know if it's okay, correct. there are a lot of situations in our lives, especially also in my life, when I want something or when I do something, and I take a look at this wish and or the things I do, and then I ask myself, why do you want to have that in your life, or why you want to do that now? What is the reason behind the wish? And then you find out what is the reason of doing this. Is it the positive ego that is grounded on serving, on giving, is grounded on the level of the soul? Or is it because you want that because it's only to show the people what you have, or to get respect of it? And that is, in my thinking, the negative ego. I think everyone knows this situation, and I remember when I have situation when it comes not from the positive ego, I feel it. I feel it in my solar plexus. I feel it in my heart chakra and in my neck chakra. For me, I find out when I look at this question, and I find out, oh, that is it comes from my negative ego. Then it did not feel good, and but I know I need this situation. I know I have to find out where it comes from to
I think we lost a signal there. I can't hear you, Brigitte.
Confirm that.
Okay, thank you. Sometimes I wonder if it's just me. Yeah, I think you lost some bandwidth there or something. We're not able to hear you right now, Brigitte.
So I'm here again. The internet
okay.
throws me outside.
Okay, I see there's two of you here now.
Oh, two. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, you might get an echo there. That's good.
Okay. So when I had my experience with it, and I found out it did not come from the positive ego, where I am connecting with my soul. So this is the chance for me to understand why I did that, why I want it, and to choose to do it another way. And so I can better understand myself, and I can grow by having experience with this. There are a lot of situations each day we have that. And we can choose, each moment we can choose, think about it, and think about, did I need it really? Or I don't need it, what I want to have or what I want to do. And I can change my thinking of it. I can change the position. I can take this wish because of the positive ego when it is serving for a good reason. So I do it. And I think the more we are aware of ourselves, the more we are choosing the positive. And the more easy it is to let the negative ego go and open the door and go through and find the love and the freedom and yes, the evidence. So I'm ready with my with the things I want to say.
Okay, thank you, Brigitte. Do we want to go back to the previous concept for knowledge transfer to children? Is that the next part?
I was not aware to do this today.
No, I think it's a misunderstanding from the Universal
Okay.
Council. So
That's not for today then.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Hello, this is again Shwetanbar, UC Hindi language. This is a link to the documents, about the UC mandate, the UC charter, and even the Earth Council constitution. And these are the links given below, the UC charter, the UC mandate, and the Earth Council constitution. Read the constitution and the peace roadmap. This is the most important thing. Any energy coming and going should be in peace. In the peace road, follow the path of the ethos of the foundation. Be at peace. So in in this side, there are the links of the Universal Council members active, and as we welcomed everybody, every soul to be in the council. So especially the younger generation, please add to it, join the energy of the foundation. And these are the emails you can contact anytime, and anyone can contact in these emails, uh, in any emails of this. And everybody, as English is the language everybody knows, so anybody can answer your questions or interactions. Please do that. And again, please see the roadmap, the Universal Charter and the Universal Mandate and the Earth Council Constitution, because now in this time of transition, this is very necessary to see the Constitution. So this is what I want to say, and all the love from the core of my heart and soul to dear souls, those who are present here, those who are not even present here. I know they are present, elevating the soul of the humanity. All the love always. Salam, namaste, salute. Thank you so much. If there are any question, any interaction anybody wants to do, please do. Thank you. Thank you so much, Derek.
Thank you, Sweta. Let's see. We have a couple of things still here to deal with. We have a question from Julie. Again's question, what ratios of cup 1 and cup 2 would be put inside the tube on the wrist? So that would be, I guess, with, was what, Hassan had that? I don't know if... Sorry, we can't quite hear you there, Hassan. Hello? I can barely hear you. Maybe it's me. I never know.
I promoted him to panelist. Maybe it's better. Otherwise, I'll remove him back to attendee.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead again, Hassan. The question was what ratios of cup 1 and cup 2 would be put inside the tube on the wrist? Well, we're not able to hear Hassan right now.
Rick, can you repeat the question again, please? Thank you.
Julie,
I'm sorry.
Julie
Yes.
in the Q&A says, what ratios of cup 1 and cup 2 would be put inside the tube on the wrist?
On the wrist.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was mentioned earlier about that.
Well, it is your soul ratio. You do it. You have to do the combination. You know, you can put the one life.
That's what I
Yes.
was thinking too, actually.
Yeah. How can we do that? You have to put the ratio. Is it the 1 cup 1 life guns will be more or water will be more presentable or more interactive, or the second cup, or according to your physicality, the anomalies you have or not have, or the love you want to receive, make the wrist band like that, you know. And I will say this is the answer, because everybody has his own choice. So if you are doing the cups, it's so good. Make the wristband with your soul. Add to it according the knowledge. So this is what I want to answer. Rick, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Rick, hi, it's Dean here. Can I just say, in answer to that question as well, that obviously giving with your soul is one thing. So the soul is a giver, and we know that the virus is taken from us. So a good a ratio that so that the bigger the field interaction, the more that you create a field flow, the more that it will protect you and give off other abilities to communicate with your soul. So if you make a gradient with cup 1 and you make it so this is on the emotional side, so if you have an emotional imbalance or something that is affecting you, if you make that stronger and you make the physicality slightly weaker, then you'll have a gradient flow. And the gradient flow is what produces the MAGRAPH, which produces the flow of plasma to enhance the ability for it to heal you, to protect you. And vice versa, if you have physicality problems, or you feel that your physicality is in need, then make that stronger and make the emotional side weaker, but create a big gradient flow. It's always the way that the stronger feeds the weaker. And if you always remember that in a plasmatic position, then you can't go far wrong. So always think of yourself as a giving soul. I think that would answer that wrist band. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you. And I see Hassan does make a comment in the chat here. I usually fill cup 1 and a little bit of cup 2. And I noticed that with a drop of amino, it's more effective. So I guess that's a sort of a basic recipe if you look at it that way. Hassan, can you speak or no?
Yeah, I can speak, but yeah, as what I wrote it, it's like this on the feeling. I never take exact quantity milliliters. It's like dear Shweta said, your souls guide you. What you feel. Do not think too much. Just listen a little bit to your soul. And as we have the basics, we know that some gains are for emotion, some gains are for physicality. So according to the problem people have, well, today we know how we can, more or less which gains we have to use, but only on the feeling, on the soul level, I can say. Thank you.
Yeah, good point. It's very, very seldom that you see Mr. Keshe actually using a measuring implement of some sort.
Yeah, true. And Mr. Keshe always says that with using drops is more effective than using a lot of GANs and particles inside. So I always put a little bit of GANs, some particle, let them go in.
And a lot of yourself into it. That's what really makes the difference.
I think so. Correct. Thank you, Ray.
Julie, I was just thinking of baking. I looked down at the chat and Julie says, I suppose the baker side of me wants exact measurements. Time to listen to my instinct and experiment. Thank you so much, everyone. Much love to you all. Well, there's two kinds of bakers. There's, you know, if you're making pancakes, there's the one that does it by seat of the pants and does a dab of this and a dollop of that and a cup of this and just kind of, not even a cup, just a whatever glass is full of and throws that in. And that's, you know, that's the seat of the pants kind of method to make your pancakes. Then there's the other method where you measure each particular ingredient and make sure there's exactly, you know, half a teaspoon of this and that the eggs are the right size and all of that for exact measurements for, you know, supposedly duplicating the experiment the same each time and so on. So, but there seems to be two streams of humans in that regard. The by the book method or the seat of the pants method. You can sort of roughly segregate people that way if you choose to divide them. So take your choice, but it all comes down to your responsibility of your intention that gets put into these creations.
And I can just add that if you really wish from the bottom of your heart for the people to get better, they will get better. That's something I'm sure of, because it's always the feeling in the heart which tells me it's when you see someone in pain, yeah, it hurts. So, and you need that people to get better, that person to get better. So that's an important point. You need really to, like Mr. Keshe said, always say to give from your soul. Thank you.
Yep. Sometimes we give and it's still up to the soul to decide whether it's time for them to leave or not. And in that regard, I was reminded earlier from, where did it go here? On the YouTube from Baba Novak. Says, hello, Rick. I want to remind Mr. Keshe that it's been a year since Mr. Kakasi Sandor left us. And in his memory, I propose a minute of silence. Thank you all. So in to that regard, I'm going to put up a picture.
Can I come in, please? Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Keshe.
Yes, good evening. On Thursday meeting, we have a recording of the Sandor memorial sent by his wife to be played.
Oh, great.
So as we already have it, it'll be forwarded to you. And as you know, it's by tradition, the stone will be laid in his memory after we press here. And the foundation has accepted and committed to pay for the stone for his grave. And it's all been done in the background. And we have a video that on Thursday will be in his memory, will be played.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Mr. Keshe.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Would it be okay to have a minute of silence, perhaps?
Yeah,
In,
no problem. It's just a reminder. At the same time, before we go on silent, because I'm going off, is that the teaching this Thursday is moved to 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. If you have already announced it.
That was the next thing I have on my list here. Thank you for that direct
The Thursday
reminder.
teaching will move to 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. this week.
Yes, we had it advertised, moved ahead to 2 p.m. but
Yeah.
it's 4 p.m. and that's Central European time, not European summertime. So those with in North America and other places will have to adjust their time. Well, 1 less hour than normal from the Central European time or Central European summertime that we're used to for the next week or so, or 2 weeks or whatever it is in this strange interval that we run into every year twice.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Keshe. Anything else you'd like to tell us before we wrap up?
No, it's okay. It's just that we'll have that on Thursday.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Okay, well, let's have, pardon me?
Rick, can I just quickly ask a question, please? Can you just confirm that timing? Herbert just asked, was it 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. CE time? Can I just confirm that, please?
It was 2 p.m. before, but now it's been put ahead 2 more hours to 4 p.m. Central European time for this upcoming workshop on October 29th only. It'll be a special time, 4 p.m. Central European time.
Thank you for that confirmation, Rick. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Rick? John here. Couldn't we have the universal time put on? Because this is a mess and a half.
No, it isn't. You have to just get used to it and make your
But used to, we've always got 2 hours difference between north and south of the planet.
Yep, well, figure it out from Central European time. That's the way we're doing it. We're not changing all of our background images that we have set up until next March. No, we won't be changing those. It's a lot of work, hours and hours of work. Can't do that. And
just add it.
We've had this argument for many years, and it's not worth going for, John. Just put the Central European, just adjust to Central European time. If we add it, then it gets confusing for people. They think that they're on Central European time, but they read the universal and so on. That's why we just put one time down and not a bunch of. Anyway, that's the way it is, and Mr. Keshe prefers it that way, and so do many other people, to keep it straight. So just have to dial, go to the, you can go to the, what do you call it, YouTube, Keshe Foundation /live, which is always the same YouTube channel for any of the public workshops, and it gives the time and date for the next workshop in the Central European time. And then you just have to use a time translator to make sure you have the correct time.
So this is the second change of time for Thursday.
Yes, that's right. So the new correct time is 4 p.m. Okay, can we have a minute of silence now for our friend Shandor, who has passed a year ago today. Shandor Kakasi. He was actually a member of the core peace team as well. Core group. Okay, we'll start a minute of silence for Shandor now. Okay, thank you, everyone. Do we have anything else from the Universal Council today?
This is Marie. Our presentation is finished for today. And thank you, Rick.
As the big thank you comes up, thank you as well. Lovely presentation again from the Universal Council. Maybe I'll read it this time. Thank you. I give freely from my soul to all souls in existence. Take what you need. The Universal Council.
Yes, Rick. Thank you for reading this. As a universal energy, an energy of love, you always be helping every soul. Thank you. I am present.
Okay, is there any other comments or business we need to attend to today?
Rick, hi, it's Dean here. I just want to just to end just for you. If you just listen to some something I think you find very universal.
Can't quite hear.
Oh, no sound.
I think the automatic muting or sound canceling is activating. You hear something in the background, a little bit of music or something. What do you got there, Dean?
Sounds a little like when they hooked up wires to a plant, recorded it.
It sounds a bit like reactors when they start interacting and it goes wonky with the sound as well. Any other guesses?
He's walking in and out of a field.
I'm intrigued.
He's circling around the universal unit.
This is some of the sounds I used to get on the crystal radio setup that I was working with years ago. What do you got there, Dean? What's going on? Tell us.
So we've just been invited around to a lady called Brigitte in Linz, who's she's a musician and a very, very beautiful soul who's got some very special instruments. And this instrument is called
Monochord.
A monochord. And so it's tall, probably, yes, no, it's not probably taller. It's taller than I am.
Yes.
And it's two sides, and there are strings.
73 each side.
73?
Yes.
73 strings each side, and you strum along. And I heard it the other day, and it reminded me of really deep sort of resonance with the universal sort of just universal sounds. It's very much like the Universal Council. When I first heard the Universal Council, when it first came on a long time ago, it touched my soul, and it definite resonance with music, and just the beauty of vibration, really.
Sounds
Rick
like
refers to the Symphony of the Spheres.
I was going to call it the call of the universal community.
Rick, would you like to hear it a little bit more, Brigitte? Would you just like to play a little bit more for you, if that's okay?
It's very hard to hear because the sound canceling automatically cancels out the sound like that in the background. So it's trying to mute it at the same time as play it. But you can try. You can try. We can kind of get, and if you get closer, it might be better or it might be worse. I'm not sure. You can experiment a little bit. At points, it got better.
I hope you could hear that, Rick. So that was a little bit of an impromptu love for you. So
we got the gist of it. It was hard to hear. It was kind of muted, but beautiful, beautiful. What you should do is record it on your iPhone or your phone, and as a file. And then if we could get permission to use it, that would be perfect.
Rick, it's already ongoing. I've been in communication with Rick to do this very thing. So I think it's such a beautiful instrument. I think it'd be a wonderful thing for the council to be able to use. And I know Brigitte would very kindly donate this music so we can use it far and wide. It's very beautiful.
Get some clips, maybe 2-3 minutes long or something like that, and we could definitely use them for backgrounds. Send some to me. I'd love to play it, even in the plasma group. Be nice.
Yeah, I will do. I will do it within the next couple of days. So yes, there's a big smile and a big yes. So love to you all. We'll speak soon. Thank you, Rick. Sorry for that.
Thanks a lot, Dean. Beautiful.
You're welcome. Good night, all.
Anybody else like to share? Okay. Let's see. Get the other. Let me share the original screen. And also mention that the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group will be again happening tomorrow, which is Wednesday at 7 a.m. Central European Time, as usual, which is an hour later in, for example, Pacific Time. It used to be at 10 o'clock p.m. today on Tuesday, and it will be at 11 p.m. instead on Tuesday today. So some changes there, but people are welcome to attend the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group and present your flying car or whatever, maybe your flying GANs or your flying brain that's thinking about subjects and topics that you don't have an outlet for, and it's plasma related. Come to the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group because we entertain a wide variety of topics and subjects there, and they're always welcome questions from newbies as well as the old timers. So we're all we're all knowledge seekers, and we're all beginners in a way. So everyone is welcome. Okay, I think that wraps it up for today. Thanks to everyone for today's presentation from the Universal Council, and thanks to others for contributing and for questions and for your support for this cause toward world peace, and in exchange for a beautiful world with technology that we can find useful. Okay. See you next time around. Bye for now.